Good Erev Shabbos, everyone. It is not Friday. Today is, in fact, Erev Shabbos Kodesh. We're turning our Friday into Erev Shabbos. We're sponsors for our series. My name is Rabbi Fishman. Jonathan Sachs. Today's turn Friday into Erev Shabbos is sponsored. Our youngest sponsor gets in wonderful. So today's Friday, we're turning our Friday into Erev Shabbos with the hope of today, maybe we'll continue for a few weeks, about the value and the virtue of sleeping on Shabbos. The notion of sleep. We know we sing in our Zmiros, V'hashena mishubachas kedas nefesh mishivas. That sleep on Shabbos is praiseworthy. Sleep on Shabbos is delicious. Sleep on Shabbos is amazing. Getting enough sleep on Friday night, after Shabbos day, the meal, after a belly full of cholent, collapsing into bed for a good Shabbos drimmel, a good Shabbos nap, nothing better, nothing sweeter. And that's not a concession. You're not weak if you take a nap or sleep on Shabbos. Of course, Shabbos should be filled with family and friends and learning and davening, but also with sleep. Also with sleep. It's mishubachas. It's something which is praiseworthy. It's something which is worthwhile. In fact, it's brought down that the Rosh Tevos, the acronym of Shabbos, Shabbos stands for Shena b'Shabbos Taanug. Sleep on Shabbos is enjoyable. Sleeping on Shabbos is pleasurable. Many of the Kadmonim is brought by the Yalkut Reuveni and Pashas Ve'eschanan and others that there's a virtue and a value to getting a sleep, to taking a nap, to closing one's eyes, not only the ordinary Friday night sleep, but sleeping a little bit extra. The story is told of Chaim Volozhiner. Once on Shabbos, he ran into several bachrim, several young people, and they were sitting, they were schmoozing, they were enjoying. I don't know, they were farbringing. It was a kiddush that went on for a long time. They were sitting and talking. So Chaim Volozhiner turned to them and he said, Shena b'Shabbos Taanug. Sleep on Shabbos is good, better than sitting around and schmoozing, better than sitting around and shooting the breeze. Go to sleep. Close your eyes. Get a nap. Get energized. So one bacher said, why read it Shena b'Shabbos Taanug? Don't say the acronym Shabbos stands for Shena b'Shabbos Taanug. Say the acronym stands for Sicha b'Shabbos Taanug. Maybe schmoozing. Maybe having a conversation on Shabbos is Taanug, is what's pleasurable, is what's praiseworthy. So on that, Chaim Volozhiner said, no. State in the pasuk, it says in the pasuk, Lev chacham b'yamino v'lev ksil b'smolo. The heart of the wise one is on the right side. The heart of the fool is on the left. So he said a chacham puts the nekuda on the right side of the shin. Shena b'Shabbos, not sicha b'Shabbos. So lev chacham b'yamino, you see, who's a wise person? The one who puts the dot on the right side of the shin, shena b'Shabbos, not on the left side, the sin, sicha b'Shabbos. More praiseworthy, more important to get a good sleep, a good drimmel, a good nap on Shabbos than to sit and endlessly schmooze and talk. It's fascinating. We'll get into why. Why is Shena b'Shabbos Taanug? Why is Shena b'Shabbos mishubachas? Where does it come from that we're praising, that we're valuing, that we're seeing the virtue of sleep? It's laziness, procrastination. It's a waste of time. Shouldn't you embrace every moment, every opportunity? How is Shabbos fully experienced through sleep? You should experience it while awake. So I want to just tell you, before we get into some of the Mar Makomos, we'll start with the Mar Makomos. Then I'll tell you how the science has just now caught up. But not only do we sing in the Zmir Shena b'Shabbos Mishubachas Kedas Nefesh Meshivas, the Ramah, in the name of the Torah, the Ramah in Siman Reish Tzadi, the Ramah in Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law, in chapter 290, the Ramah quotes, Im Ragel b'Shena Tzarayim Al Yivat Lenu Ki Oneg Hulo. If you ordinarily take a nap, maintain that custom, maintain that practice. Take a nap for such a person. It's an oneg. Shabbos is all about pleasure. Yom Tov is about simcha. Simcha has a clear definition. Shabbos is relative. Shabbos is subjective. Shabbos is about Taanug, is about pleasure. How do you get pleasure? If you take a nap, if sleep is part of your pleasure on Shabbos, then take a nap. It's known, the Chaim Volozhiner quotes from, Chaim Vital rather, quotes from his Rebbe, the Arizal, who says that Hashena b'yam Shabbos tova l'tzadikim, that sleep on Shabbos is good for the righteous. Ki az eina davar ra gover b'yam Shabbos. No bad, no evil could overcome them on Shabbos. The adara be'efshar sheyaviach, you'll gain. It's good to take a nap after you eat on Shabbos. And that was the practice of the Arizal, the great Kabbalist, the great Ari, who embraced every moment, lived it to its fullest, left this world way too young. He didn't dismiss sleep on Shabbos. He didn't stay awake for every moment. After the meal, he took a short nap, because a nap, sleeping one's eyes on Shabbos, has a tremendous value, has a tremendous virtue. And in the coming weeks, we'll investigate, we'll see several sources about what they are. There's a beautiful Imre Pinchas, or Pinchas of Koretz, the Bnei Yissaschar, corresponds with our two neshamas, that All week long, we have one neshama. Shabbos, we have a neshama yisera. All week long, we only have to sleep once at night. Shabbos, we have a neshama yisera. We have to sleep at the end of the day. But what's the real value of sleep? Shabbos, we know, is zeicha l'maisa bereisha. Shabbos is about creation. So how do we recreate ourselves? What renews, what re-energizes, what revitalizes a person? When you sleep. Proper sleep, getting enough sleep, one wakes up and they're alive again. In fact, Chazal tell us that sleep is a portion of death. When we sleep, we close our eyes, we surrender our soul to Hashem. When we're asleep, we're not conscious, we're not awake, we're not in control. When we sleep, we surrender our free will to Hashem. Sleep is a taste, a minor microcosm experience of death. But it means that when we wake up from that sleep, if sleep is a portion of death, then waking up to sleep is becoming alive again. It's rebirth, it's renewal, it's recreation. So Shabbos is Zeichel L'Maisa Bereishis. We're recreating, we're re-energizing, we're revitalizing, we're becoming alive, we're redefining ourselves. So part of the recreation of Shabbos, the renewal of Shabbos, part of the vigor, the energy, the enthusiasm of Shabbos is to sleep on Shabbos. A person is expressing tremendous emunah. How do you know when you go to sleep you're going to wake up? How do you know? There are people with anxiety, they can't fall asleep because they're afraid. What if I go to sleep and I won't wake up? Going to sleep, falling asleep, a willingness to surrender to sleep is an affirmation of emunah that Hashem is in charge, Hashem is in control. Hashem, here is my soul, please restore it, give it back to my body, bring me back alive, please restore me, make me wake up. But it's a tremendous expression of emunah, of bitachon, of faith in Hashem. And Shabbos, the day of emunah, we show that faith, we show that emunah, we surrender to Hashem. So that's true all week long. But all week long, at night, we collapse, exhaustion, we're tired, we're spent, we have no choice, we have to sleep. Shabbos, all week long, we're running, we're going, we're doing, who has time for a nap? Shabbos, the Suda after the meal, Shabbos day, get into bed, lie on the couch, sit in the recliner, close one's eyes, fall asleep to Hashem, take my soul. I want to wake up, I want to renew, I want to revitalize, I want to rejuvenate, I want to be born again, I want to recreate, I want to start fresh, energized, and exciting. Turns out science is only catching up to what the Arizal and what the Ramah, the name of the Tur, and the Imre Pinchas, the Bnei Yissaschar, and all the Tzaddikim, what we've known forever, the value of sleep on Shabbos. Shabbos, Shena b'Shabbos Taanug, Shena b'Shabbos Meshubachas. Science is only catching up. Listen to this, just came out last week or a couple weeks ago. We know that people build up sleep debt during the week. That means supposed to get a minimum 7 hours, 6 hours. The science shows if you get less than 6 hours of sleep a night, you're 30% higher risk of dementia and neurological challenge later in life. Sleep debt is the debt that you create when you don't get enough sleep. You slept 4 hours or 5 hours or 5.5 hours. The differential between what you got and what you're supposed to get is the sleep debt. Can you make up for that debt? Can you pay off that debt? In a new analysis by the European Society of Cardiology, they found that people who got sleep on the weekend were 19%, 20% less likely to develop heart disease compared with a group who slept the fewest extra hours on the weekend. The studies show, it turns out, you should get the most sleep, get the sleep that you need during the week. But if you don't, you can make up for it on the weekends. You can pay off sleep debt by sleeping on the weekend on Shabbos. So now science, research, medicine is now promoting and encouraging, if you don't get enough sleep during the week, make up for it. Make sure to get extra sleep on Shabbos. We knew that. Shena b'Shabbos Taanug. It's mishubachas. It's praiseworthy. It has value. Science is only catching up. Sleep on Shabbos is wonderful. We're going to continue to explore and to see these beautiful sources to understand it more. Until then, take a good nap. Get ready for Shabbos. Come into Shabbos energized. Last week we spoke to'ameha. Don't come into Shabbos hangry. So also don't come into Shabbos exhausted. Don't be running and racing through a meal because you want to collapse in your bed. If you need to take a nap on Friday, take an Erev Shabbos nap so you have the energy to enjoy Shabbos to its fullest. Amir Hashem. Should be a beautiful Shabbos. Happy, holy, healthy. The Shabbos of Besoros Provos, the Shabbos of good news for Klal Yisrael. Shabbos of good news. Hostages should come home. Our soldiers should be safe. We should have sleep. Able to be re-energized for beautiful and wonderful. Have a great day.